Hello, everybody, and welcome to this post-WrestleMania 38 post-draft episode of Raw, the Raw after WrestleMania, as it's usually dubbed. An amazing episode that is kicking off here with your Tribal Chief, the man who won the historic championship match at WrestleMania with Brock Lesnar, still your Universal Heavyweight Champion, and now also the holder of that there WWE World Heavyweight Championship, showing off his new prize on his new turf. Of course, Roman Reigns in the draft, drafted over to Friday Night SmackDown by Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. But whilst he is WWE Champion, he will be appearing across both shows, accepting challengers for his WWE Championship from Monday Night's Raw until one dethrones him, at which time he will be staying over on Friday Night SmackDown. But here tonight on Raw, his first episode on Raw with that title, showing it off, holding it. Usually he lets Paul hold it, but today holding it himself, accompanied by Paul Heyman, the wise man, and of course his right-hand man Jey Uso here. Jimmy, nowhere to be seen after that WrestleMania win, but Jey making sure to be here for his Tribal Chief as Roman Reigns, WWE World Heavyweight Championship draped over his shoulder, looking at his fans, looking at his WWE Universe, the army of people here. He would say to see him, to acknowledge the Tribal Chief in person. And look at him soaking it all in, raising that title, showing it off, parading it. Jey and Paul waiting on the ramp, letting Roman Reigns soak in this moment. This is his WWE Universe. This is his show. And Roman Reigns here to talk with us now. Roman Reigns, he did just that. He did what he said he would do. He smashed and sacked Lesnar. He is, and letting Paul do the announcement, undisputed Universal and WWE World Champions. The Tribal Chief Roman Reigns has all the gold. And Roman Reigns first pick in the draft, like he says, and like I said earlier, on SmackDown, but appearing on Raw till he has that title, and says it's going to be like this for a long time because there's nobody on this roster who can beat him. But how about this guy, AJ Styles, coming out? AJ Styles had a very good WrestleMania of his own, beating the Rated R Superstar WWE Hall of Famer Edge on the grandest stage of them all. A massive victory for AJ Styles, coming out here to stand up to the Tribal Chief, the first Raw Superstar to do so, welcoming him. But yeah, Roman Reigns saying that AJ Styles' house got knocked down on SmackDown, but AJ saying it'll be a matter of time before it's rebuilt. But he's making Raw phenomenal. He beat Edge at Mania, and now he's saying he's going to beat Reigns for that WWE title. And Reigns, not impressed. He says he did that. He beat Edge and Bryan at the same time, pinning them both to keep that title. And Roman Reigns not too impressed by AJ Styles' claims, and not too impressed with what Stone Cold seemingly has to offer here on Raw in way of challengers. And AJ Styles going right to action here, going for Roman Reigns, but the right-hand man Jey Uso intervening, of course, and not too happy with how AJ Styles is talking to the Tribal Chief, making a little threat to AJ Styles there. And AJ, poking fun at Jey Uso, and says he wants to kick Jey Uso's ass. And Jey Uso says he'll give him a phenomenal ass whooping later tonight. AJ Styles versus one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Jey Uso. AJ Styles wants the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. Can he beat his right-hand man Jey Uso to put him in line for that? And now, going backstage, Kevin Owens here, very much not happy about being drafted to Monday nights. Of course, General Manager Stone Cold Steve Austin, who laid Kevin Owens out with a stunner at WrestleMania and at the draft. And Kevin Owens saying he'll just walk out rather than be managed by Stone Cold Steve Austin. But it's Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens' best friend, says he's got some amazing news. Kevin not in the mood, but Seth says Kevin's going to love it. He's spoken with management. A match with Austin Theory, so you can imagine he's Steve Austin or Austin, Texas. Oh my God. Kevin very happy. The match next up, Kevin Owens versus Austin Theory. Kevin Owens saying he's going to imagine Austin Theory is Austin, Texas, or Stone Cold Steve Austin, and beat his ass. Austin Theory, a big win at WrestleMania himself against Shane McMahon. Stone Cold saying in the draft that Vince McMahon told him to draft Austin Theory. But Stone Cold not listening to what McMahon as ever, drafting Kevin Owens instead. But Austin Theory in the supplementary draft moved to Raw nonetheless, and he'll be looking to continue impressing Vince McMahon, you have to think. Mr. McMahon seemingly impressed by what Austin Theory's done. Austin Theory beating Shane at Mania, and Austin Theory looking to continue that momentum here tonight, taking on Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens filled with anger. Both men, you know, Austin Theory having a good Mania moment. Kevin Owens not so much, and Austin Theory, a young, up-and-coming, very bright future ahead of him, this young kid. And look at him, he can walk this ring, posing, the electricity. Austin Theory here on Monday nights, and you have to think he'll be looking to make an impact, to leave his mark, saying, this is my ring now. Austin Theory ready for this match. But so is his opponent, you have to think. Austin Theory, I don't know if you can get ready for this, man. The former Universal Champion, Kevin Owens, accompanied by his best friend, Seth Rollins, who arranged this match for him. Kevin Owens, not too happy with the boos from the fans. But Kevin Owens still ready to go, as you can see. Kevin Owens, I mean, looking to get frustration out on Austin Theory. Not a good WrestleMania for him, getting Stone Cold stunnered by Stone Cold Steve Austin. Not a good draft for him, getting drafted to Raw, where he'll be managed by General Manager Stone Cold Steve Austin, and then eating a stunner as well. But Kevin Owens, a chance to impress here, maybe. Maybe him and Stone Cold could build a bridge following a strong performance here. Maybe Kevin Owens can show him what he can do, and Stone Cold could give Kevin Owens an opportunity, maybe for that United States title against Finn Balor, maybe even for the WWE Championship against Roman Reigns. But Kevin Owens, it starts for him tonight against Austin Theory, and whether he's treated like any other match, well, he'll picture him as Austin, Texas, or Austin, or Stone Cold Steve Austin, like Seth Rollins suggested. This match is underway nonetheless, and Austin Theory, a snap suplex to start things. Austin Theory, a quick start from the young, up-and-coming, promising prospect, as he's dragging Kevin Owens around here, places him onto that top rope. And Austin Theory, a big chop before placing Kevin Owens between those ropes and just cranking his leg. Kevin Owens limping away as Austin Theory goes again, but Kevin reversing it, and a big right hand of his own, stiff left, big right punch to the gut. And Kevin Owens has Austin Theory's arm. Oh, he's got him down on his knees, cranking that arm, but Austin Theory fighting out of it, punches to Kevin Owens' chest. Austin Theory, a kick to the gut, a punch, a kick. Now Austin Theory smashing a back arm to the head, taking Kevin Owens to the mat. As Austin Theory climbs up to the second rope here, and it jumps all. A beautiful elbow drop from Austin Theory from the second rope there. And then a swift kick to Kevin Owens' gut as well. Austin Theory not letting up, going a mile a minute here, trying to choke Kevin Owens. Can Kevin Owens get out of this? I mean, Kevin Owens managed to in the end, shaking off Theory. And Theory getting a little bit distracted by Seth Rollins there, allowing Kevin Owens to throw him into the corner. And Kevin Owens putting Theory's leg over the rope and seeing how he likes it, giving him a swift kick like Austin Theory did to him earlier. For Kevin Owens getting Theory up on his shoulders, and Fireman Carey dropping him down head first into that top turnbuckle. And then Austin Theory getting smashed down, a powerbomb from Kevin Owens, lifting Theory up from the turnbuckle and then smashing him to the mat. And now Kevin Owens smashing Austin Theory when he tries to get up. Kevin Owens lifting Austin Theory up himself though. And Kevin Owens fighting him off before smashing him back down, and a beautiful jump right to the gut, feet first to Austin Theory. As Kevin Owens goes for Theory as Theory gets up, but Theory manages to reverse it, kicks Owens in the gut, and then a twisting suplex from Theory. A beautiful looking move that was, as Austin Theory manages to get the advantage back. Or a little bit of wrestling there from Austin Theory to take Kevin Owens down, going down to the legs and taking him out underneath him to get him onto the mat. Austin Theory distracted by Seth Rollins again though. Kevin Owens' best friend giving him a good hand here, as Kevin Owens gets Theory with a punch to the back and then into the corner again, and then a flurry of punches from Kevin Owens to Austin Theory whilst he's standing in the corner, and then lifting him up and smashing him with that turnbuckle power bomb once again from sitting down on the floor. Kevin Owens just lifting him up by his legs into the air and then power bombing, and now focusing on that leg now, pounding it again and again, and then kicking it, going for Austin Theory with a kick there, but Austin Theory shaking it off and kicking Kevin Owens in the gut himself, throwing him into the turnbuckle. What's Austin Theory got planned? A big kick, using the bottom rope for leverage, getting a big kick on Kevin Owens. Said these two men both using these corners effectively to try and maximize the pain, as Kevin Owens reverses Theory and gets to his feet. But Austin Theory wrangles it back, and he hits him, with a Fisher neck suplex, smashing him down. Beautiful looking move from Austin Theory, who runs onto the apron and to the top rope. Austin Theory, a massive elbow drop, a beautiful looking elbow drop that was from Austin Theory, taking Kevin Owens down before he picks him up. And Austin Theory got Kevin Owens there with another spinning suplex. Look at these fans, they love it. Another great move from Austin Theory as he goes to the apron and he rolls through the massive drop kick to Kevin Owens. Austin Theory making the cover here now. It's one, it's two, but Kevin Owens kicking out just after the two. Austin Theory thought that was it, but he's got the advantage on Kevin Owens here. Kevin Owens getting up though and taking the advantage back with a massive big boot. And Kevin Owens a big hit to the back of the head, grabbing Austin Theory, lifting him up. And the package spin out pile driver. Theory clutching at his back in pain whilst Owens quickly drags him to his feet. And Kevin Owens taunting the crowd here, shouting, "This is my ring, and then this is my move." The stunner from Kevin Owens to Austin Theory. And I think that's gonna be it. Kevin Owens picking up a massive victory here over Austin Theory with the stunner of all moves. Kevin Owens coming out on top. Austin Theory gave it a good fight, especially with this move, the roll through from the apron into the drop kick. Austin Theory coming close, but only managing a 2 count on that occasion. And then Kevin Owens fighting back with this spin out pile driver. And then Kevin Owens with a stunner as well on his way to victory. Kevin Owens gets the first win on Raw under Stone Cold Steve Austin's general managership. You have to think Stone Cold won't be too impressed by that, but there's nothing he can do about it. Kevin Owens stands victorious here. Backstage now with The Miz and John Morrison reunited at WrestleMania. The Miz defeating Rey Mysterio, like he says, thanks to the help of John Morrison. Not mentioning the cheating and the distraction Morrison made, I notice. But John Morrison happy to be back and saying next week it'll be him versus Rey Mysterio live on Monday Night Raw. The most must-see tag team in WWE again as John Morrison defeats Rey Mysterio is the promise from The Miz here before the two partners leave. And now the Becky Lynch coming out. Becky Lynch, what is she doing here? I mean, I haven't even had a chance to take in Miz and Morrison's statement there. Morrison versus Rey Mysterio next week should be an amazing match. But now big time Becky Lynch making her way out to the ring. Becky Lynch, a SmackDown superstar, as she's acknowledging, but here on Monday nights, and says she wants her Raw Women's Championship, losing to Bianca Belair at Mania, saying that Bianca got lucky though. It won't happen again, saying that next time they're in the ring, Becky's gonna lay her ass out. I don't think Bianca's gonna like that, just like she's planning to do to Ronda Rousey, of course, the SmackDown Women's Champion, wants to be Becky 2 belts again, but needs to start with that Raw Women's title she wants back. Calling out Bianca Belair, and the Raw Women's Champion always up for a fight, storming out to the ring, championship in hand. Bianca into the ring face to face with big time Becky Lynch, and Bianca saying that Becky saw the draft and making a very clear point here. Bianca Belair saying Becky Lynch isn't a Raw superstar, and Becky saying she's not, but she wants her Raw Women's title back. And Bianca making a very good point. It's not her Raw Women's title, it's Bianca. Bianca Belair, the EST, won that Raw Women's title, beating Becky Lynch at WrestleMania. And Becky Lynch saying Raw, SmackDown, they all belong to big time Beck. And she wants that title, saying that Bianca is scared to fight her. And EST, Bianca Belair not impressed, saying she didn't lead luck at Mania and she won't need it. Next week, a massive announcement there from Bianca Belair. Next week in the main event, a stack show, it will be Bianca Belair versus Becky Lynch for the Raw Women's Championship. And that's the main event for next week, but now it's time for the main event of this week. The phenomenal one, AJ Styles looking to follow up a massive WrestleMania victory over Edge. In this match with one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Jey Uso. AJ Styles starting the show saying he wants Roman Reigns, he wants a shot at the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And AJ Styles, you have to think if he can beat the right-hand man, Jey Uso, Stone Cold might look at him and say, you're the guy I want. You're the guy I think deserves a shot at that WWE Championship. Because, of course, the WWE Championship, a Raw title held by Roman Reigns. Only Raw superstars can challenge for it. A Raw superstar's going to have to challenge for it at WrestleMania Backlash. Why not AJ Styles? A massive win against Edge. He's shown he can go toe-to-toe with the best. So if you're Stone Cold, maybe you're looking at a fellow Texan here and thinking, you're the guy I want to fight for my prize. You're the guy I think can bring that championship home. But if he's going to do it, he's gonna earn a shot at that WWE title, if he's gonna beat Roman Reigns to win that WWE title, first of all, he's definitely gonna have to overcome this man. And this man, he looks ready for a fight. Jey Uso, one half of the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, had a great WrestleMania himself. Him and his brother Jimmy, who is not here tonight, it seems, went to WrestleMania and defeated the Viking Raiders to keep their SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And now Jey Uso, the right-hand man of the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, wanting to put AJ Styles in his place for how he spoke to the Tribal Chief. A big match here. Jey Uso and AJ Styles ready to go to battle. Jey Uso looking for a massive victory in his career. If he could knock off AJ Styles, the former WWE Champion, think of the wonders that would do for Jey Uso's stock in his company. A massive match. Jey Uso versus AJ Styles. Both men ready to go here in tonight's huge Raw main event. And the bell is rung, and both men just going for it. AJ Styles starting off with a flurry of punches. AJ Styles not wasting any time. A big kick to the back of Jey Uso. AJ Styles wants Roman, but getting some aggression out on Jey first. But Jey Uso bringing it to AJ. But AJ on the apron here. Whoa, spending a little time taunting there. A little too much time maybe. As Uso gets to his feet and hits a stunner of his own against the top rope. Jey Uso climbing high. Oh my God, a corkscrew dive from Jey Uso from the top rope to the outside. What a massive move from Jey Uso early on to say to AJ Styles, I've seen what you can do, but I can be phenomenal too. A massive from Jey Uso, tossing AJ Styles. AJ Styles falling over. Jey Uso returning to the ring here as the referee counts on. Jey Uso waiting for AJ Styles. What a start from Jey Uso there, putting an impressive performance. The ref holding Jey Uso back a bit here as AJ gets in the ring. And AJ, a big punch overhanded to Jey Uso for slamming him down with a toss-up neck breaker there. AJ Styles with some swift kicks as well. For AJ Styles, a springboard moonsault before covering Jey Uso here. Jey Uso kicking out just at the one though. As AJ Styles got Jey Uso by the arm here and smashes it down. A bit of pressure before a big kick and then another one. AJ Styles not letting up with a big jump and smashing down on that arm. AJ Styles a bit perturbed. Oh, there he is. You knew he wouldn't be, he had to be around there somewhere. It's Jimmy Uso, Joey's tag team partner, providing a distraction. AJ Styles not noticing Jey get to his feet. As Jey Uso rolls up AJ Styles here. Could this be it? One. AJ Styles kicking out. The distraction from Jimmy Uso not enough. But Jey Uso taking advantage of a big spine buster, laying out the former WWE champion. Jey Uso taking the advantage now, thanks to that distraction from Jimmy Uso. Jey Uso to the middle rope. A massive drop kick to AJ Styles and a big chop to his head as well. And then another one, but AJ Styles blocking over a kick, missing. Jimmy Uso taking back a back and forth match between these two superstars. It could go either way as Jey Uso with the AJ on his back slams him head first into that top turnbuckle before kicking him off. He's on the mat. A massive kick. Jey Uso taking a step back. Uso is the shout. And in the honor of his father, smashing ass first into AJ Styles. AJ Styles, a kick of his own for Jey Uso though. AJ's looking to take the advantage back here. As AJ Styles rolling through into the calf crusher. That submission hold. AJ Styles applying the pressure onto Jey Uso. Can Jey Uso break out of the submission from AJ? He does. A big elbow right to the back of AJ. And then a chop to the face. And then Jey Uso grabbing AJ, tossing him into that far corner. And Jey Uso dragging AJ out. And then, what a beautiful move. Using the corner for leverage, running at it, jumping off the rope and hitting a big bulldog onto AJ Styles before a flurry of punches and chops. AJ reversing it, taking the advantage back with a snap suplex to the mat. AJ Styles taking back the advantage here against Jey Uso. A big punch, lifting him off and then sending him right back down to the mat with that big hit. AJ Styles grabbing Jey Uso and turning him around with a neck breaker to the mat. AJ Styles, Jey trying to get up, AJ just kicking his face, kicking him down. No respect from AJ as he goes onto the apron before cutting back into the ring. And then he goes onto the apron again. AJ Styles hitting. Oh my God, I thought that was it. But Jey Uso managing to dodge the Styles clash before climbing to the top rope himself with a massive Uso splash. AJ thought he was hitting a phenomenal forearm, and then seconds later, the Uso splash from Jey. And AJ Styles kicks out at the 2. Jey Uso seconds away from a massive victory in his career over AJ Styles. But Jey Uso well and truly with the advantage, setting up here, calling for it. Jey Uso, super kick to AJ Styles. And then grabbed by the foot, rolling through, snapping at that leg of AJ. And Jey Uso climbing to the top rope again. Once Jey Uso got planned this time, and goes for a second Uso splash. AJ Styles gets his knees up in time. Goes for a punch but misses. And Jey Uso going for a whisper in the wind type move. But AJ getting out of the way, lifting Jey Uso up here. And a combination of hits and a massive kick to take Jey Uso down with Enziguri there. And AJ Styles back to the apron. He's calling for Jey Uso up. Thinking another phenomenal forearm perhaps, AJ. And this one does connect. AJ Styles taking down Jey Uso with that phenomenal forearm and making the cover. And the referee making his count. And that's free. AJ Styles picking up the victory in the end. A great back and forth matchup between these two superstars. But it is the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, who keeps this run of form going. Who beats Roman Reigns' right-hand man thanks to moves like that beautiful moonsault earlier. And puts himself in WWE Championship contention. You have to think Jimmy Uso providing a distraction. Jey Uso coming, getting a roll up. AJ Styles with the calf crusher, but Jey Uso fighting out. Both men had a lot of great chances here. Like this moment, Jey Uso going for a second Uso splash, but the real turning point, AJ Styles reversing it with getting his knees up and then taking Jey down the big Enziguri before hitting with the phenomenal forearm for the win. AJ Styles saying, "This is my house." He's coming for that WWE Championship again. He's coming for the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. AJ Styles closing the post-WrestleMania Raw here, as that is going to be it. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, then please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more. And as always, I do want to say, check out some more videos, and thank you for watching.